James was, he was one in a million to start with.
He would do anything to make anybody laugh. He was never one for sitting in on the computer, he was out all the time.
That day was just a normal day. It was a good day, to be honest.
The sun was shining, the birds were singing, it was gorgeous.
We noticed it was a hot day, so we thought we were going to do something. So we all decided to go to the res, chill out, have some fun. We decided to walk around where the jetties were and sit on them. We let ourselves off and then it just floated to the middle. We just sat there and just thought of which ways to get back. In the end, I decided that we had to swim, and then that's when it happened.
It was a beautiful evening, so we thought we'll go and take the dogs for a walk, and we could see a lot of activity on the water, but it wasn't unusual, it was a boating lake.
When we walked to take the dogs, I remember hearing sirens just never ending.
We then heard a helicopter.
When you see the air ambulance going somewhere, I think you know it's something serious for that to come out.
As you do, we were staring, watching the commotion, watching what was going on, but we were a long distance away. My partner turned around and said, I think someone might have drowned. Just on the off chance, I just thought, I'll just phone James. So I rang him, and it was ringing. So I thought, well, it can't be James. And as we were moving away, we saw two of James's friends who were coming running down the path. And they were asking where another boy was. And I said, oh, I don't know, but have you seen James? And they said, well, yeah, he's with Keaton. I said, well, where? And they said, on the res.
Before they jumped in, it didn't look far at all, but then as soon as they were in the water and swimming away, it was just too far. Like, the distance between the raft and the side were a challenge for anyone to swim at.
When I got so far and I realised that I'm not going to make it, everyone started shouting, come back. So I turned around, tried to start going back. And it was only when I got back on the raft that James started drowning.
There was crowds of people being dispersed, being moved away, and we were trying to fight through these crowds. And I saw a police officer who I knew, and I just said, is it James? And he said, we think it is.
I spoke to Mel on the phone. I couldn't understand what she was saying because she was just heartbroken. And so I just jumped in the car and I parked up near the garden centre there because there was a little path. And I just started running down this path.
I remember so clearly Mel panicking and running around the res and me running after to be greeted by people I've worked with for years, police officers I've known personally for a long, long time. And not being able to look me in the eye.
And shortly after, Mel came running around the other corner and we were just hugging each other. We were inconsolable.
It was 10 to 6 the next morning. The police officer came and told us that they recovered the body of a teenager, and it was James.
It was just surreal. We thought he might have got out somewhere and he was in shock.
I didn't believe it. Still now, I still expect him to walk through the door.
Just hoped I'd re-wake back up and it was all just a terrible dream. Okay.
We knew James. Used to mess around in water, used to lark around with his friends, but you never really sit them down and tell them the dangers, and you think, well, my son's a strong swimmer, that won't be a problem. But really, I didn't really know myself of the dangers of the water.
I've never felt water like it, like when I was younger, and even now, hearing the people drowning, I think it's not possible. You can just swim, but the water, it just disables your body.
I've done it myself. I've been to quarries, swimming, and you just don't realise how dangerous it is because at this age we're invincible, but we're not, and you don't realise that until something like this happens.
To see him as he was in the mortuary, my world fell apart.
Now I wish that I did show him more
love and affection and stuff, because we was always arguing, always punching each other when we walked past.
He loved life. He loved everything about his life.
Even though me and him could argue over the stupidest things, if I ever had a problem with anybody else, James would always be there to sort it out and help me. And every day that goes by where I don't think about him.
I miss him a lot.
He brought everyone together, like, he didn't have just one set of mates. He had everyone loved him.
I don't think we realised until the accident just how popular he was.
I think he's left a bit of a legacy, to be honest.